What fact are you just tired of explaining to people? Nothing's wrong. It's just my face. If I'm working at night, I need to sleep during some portion of the day. I'm a male and a nurse. No, I don't want to be a doctor. No, I'm not going to school to be a doctor. No, I don't feel like less of a man because I'm a nurse and not a doctor. And stop calling me doc and doctor. I've told you 5 times I'm your nurse and my badge says nurse in big letters. Everything is made of chemicals. Not everything natural is good and not everything man-made is bad. Removed. Viruses are not bacteria. Bacteria are not viruses. Software developers are not computer technicians. That type 1 diabetes isn't caused by your diet, and it cannot be cured. That we are short-staffed and you're just going to have to wait. Removed. That many Chinese people have my surname, but we're not all related to Jackie Chan, just like how not every person with Johnson as their surname is related to Boris Johnson. That because I can usually figure out how to fix most things does not mean I want to fix everything that breaks for anyone else. Edited for typo because it bothers some. I'm a programmer. I write programs. I don't know why your computer won't turn on. Just because someone doesn't always need their disability aids, that doesn't mean they're not disabled and faking it. Someone who needs a wheelchair to get around doesn't always mean they can't use their legs. They can still walk short distances. I have insomnia. No, I can't just think about nothing. Edit, glad to know there's 15K of you out there that know the damn struggle. I tried to respond to each one. Zombie hugs to everyone, virtually, from here. What's an obvious sign someone's American? In Salzburg I went to grab something from the drugstore. As I was checking out I said hello to the cashier, thinking there was very little difference between how I said it and how Austrians say it. She immediately started speaking to me in English and I asked her how she knew I spoke English. She deadpan stared me in the eye and goes hello. I just about died laughing since I'm a very stereotypical friendly American that says hello exactly like that. One of my favorite memories from that trip. An Italian told me that Americans walk confidently in the wrong direction. Hey, how are you? They want ice in their water. How's your day going, or how are you doing, in completely random circumstances. Incredibly loud but incredibly friendly. I worked as a cashier in a touristic place in Paris. I always recognized Americans because they were kind of friendly to me and they always left tips. Retail worker here, not living in the US. I can generally spot an American because they greet me with "Hey, how are you?" And since I usually have the standard tired from life retail worker expression, at first I thought they were mocking me, so I didn't know how to react. Took me a while to realize they weren't really expecting an answer, LMAO. Mind you, might just be my personal experience, but it's happened too many times for it to be a coincidence. The gentle grins you give to strangers if you make eye contact with them as you pass by, at least in the Midwest, was not well received in Germany. Eye contact? Maybe a smile and a "how's it goin'?" How much personal space they give themselves. Americans like at least an arm length. As an American, I was expecting to get roasted in these comments. But after reading them I can only laugh and agree. According to the CIA, when training to be a spy you have to unlearn how to lean. Americans tend to lean on things when standing still. To quote a Latvian woman I met at a hostel, you hear them coming like the thunder. More often than not, if they're talking and laughing louder than everyone else, they're American. Edit, I love my American neighbors. Sorry if I sounded rude. Canadians are also pretty loud when we get going. One American I've met was a bit stereotypical in some regards. He was on a biking tour from Sweden to Palestine, had an unusual beard, huge white teeth, was extremely friendly and a bit loud, and he literally carried a bucket of peanut butter with him because he said that was the most efficient way to carry energy for his travel. I was an intern at a software company that just got bought by a huge American company, Warner I think, and one time some executives were visiting, walked through our office complimenting all the developers loudly and then disappeared again. My general impression of Americans I've met in person is that it's difficult to see what you guys really think and feel, because you seem to hide it behind a layer of aggressive cheerfulness. So when I see someone radiating that, I expect them to be from the US. Which celebrity looks like they smell bad? Mickey Rourke. Ron Jeremy. I've been in the same room with Cara Delevingne. Bo and cigarettes. Bam Margera. Russell Brand looks like he stinks, but I can vouch the man smells incredible. No neck Ed. Years ago I got to tell Sammy Hagar it was almost time to take the stage. I knocked on his trailer, he answered. I was in my early 20s and he was well into his 50s. I had only seen him in videos and didn't really care about his music, I just needed to make sure he went on stage. He opened the door and his trailer smelled of a fresh shower, his breath was minty and light, and as he leaned in to take a closer look at me, I noticed his nose pores were small and lovely. He asked me to try a shot of his new tequila, and I declined as my boss was in the vicinity. Biggest regret in my life, and have always had a smile when I think of how polite Sammy Hagar was in 1997. Sorry I had to speak of one amazing smelling celebrity. Harvey Weinstein, but he actually smells really bad according to reports. Like rotten flesh, poopish. I always thought Larry King seems like he had the worst breath imaginable. Kid Rock. There's a mean tweets clip from Jimmy Kimmel where someone tweeted that Kid looks like he smells like stale farts and cigarettes, and Kid quips that it's more like fresh farts and cigars. Kid Rock. That weightlifter dude who only eats liver. Jared Leto looks like he uses his own sweat as cologne. Dan Schneider. DJ Khaled.